Sonya Deville recently returned to NXT, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out the latest news on a WWE trademark filing that appears to be related to Bray Wyatt, what Liv Morgan could be going through with her character, and more. Let's start things off with Sonya Deville. Sonya has spent the last few years playing big roles on WWE television. She was a part of the big storyline with Mandy Rose in 2020. Which resulted in her character being fired from WWE within the storyline. Then Sonya returned in early 2021 as an assistant to Adam Pearce, and everyone knows how that went. That story of Sonya being a WWE official had some great moments to it. She had the story with Naomi. It seemed like Sonya's character was going mad with power, but then all of a sudden everything just flatlined for Sonya Deville. She was fired as a WWE official within the storyline and hasn't really done much since then. She was a part of a few random tag teams but had no real storylines going on anymore. Then on the October 11th edition of NXT, Sonya made a surprise return to assist Toxic Attraction in the absence of Mandy Rose. Sonya did acknowledge the fact that she did have some issues with Mandy Rose last time that they were involved with each other in 2020. But how they're still best friends. So it was nice for them to at least acknowledge that storyline between the two of them. Last time we saw Sonya and Mandy together, it was a bitter and ruthless rivalry. So it was great for them to at least make a quick reference to the story, but how all their differences were now squashed. And the move of Sonya Deville to NXT is an absolute great one. Like we've been talking about, Sonya Deville hasn't had anything going on for her on the main roster since she lost her WWE official position. So now, returning to NXT, reuniting with Mandy Rose, and potentially joining Toxic Attraction sounds like a great route to take Sonya Deville in. Returning to NXT has done wonders for superstars, like even Mandy Rose herself. So by no means is it a demotion of any kind. It actually sounds like the opposite. It's going to get you more screen time and maybe even a better story direction than you were having on the main roster. Raw is 3 hours long, but loaded up with so many active storylines. Then Smackdown is less crowded than Raw, but obviously it's a shorter show, so there's not as much time to feature everybody. So a return to NXT just seems perfect for Sonya Deville. Hopefully it wasn't just a one-night appearance, and hopefully Sonya does stick around. Ever since Triple H took over, we've been seeing more and more factions and stables come back to life in WWE. So hopefully this is an opportunity for Toxic Attraction to get even stronger with the addition of Sonya Deville. And it's not like Sonya is just a random new member. She has such a deep history with Mandy Rose. She's been best friends with her since the days of Tough Enough, and teamed up with her long before Toxic Attraction was ever a thing. So it'll be great to see this Fire and Desire reunion inside of Sonya joining Toxic Attraction. Sonya really puts Toxic Attraction over the top, and it'll be interesting to see how now they dominate NXT and even the main roster later on in the future. WWE has recently filed for some trademarks that fans think are most definitely related in some way to Bray Wyatt. WWE filed for the rights to Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper. So how is this connected to Bray Wyatt, and how did fans come up with that concept? Well, the answer is quite simple. On the QR code teaser from the October 10th edition of Raw, the URL contained the word Howdy in it. And fans feel like Uncle Harper could be a little nod in tribute to the late great former Wyatt family member and one of Bray's best friends, Luke Harper, aka Brodie Lee. Bray had such a strong friendship with Brodie Lee and continues to honor his legacy in every way that he can. Fans noticed that the light coming out of the door at Extreme Rules seemed to be paying tribute to some of Brodie Lee's early promos from his AEW days. Even Bray's Abby the Witch character was wearing Brodie's old mask from his WWE days. Just all these little Easter eggs that are paying tribute to the legacy of his best friend. So now that everyone saw that WWE is filing for Uncle Howdy, which was in the URL for Raw, and Uncle Harper, that could have a connection to Luke Harper's legacy. Fans feel like both of these trademarks have to be affiliated with whatever Bray Wyatt is going to be up to on SmackDown. This is being recorded before Bray Wyatt's first return appearance on SmackDown, but the popular rumor has been that Bray will in fact lead a new faction of some sorts. And similar to what we were first talking about when the Wyatt 6 theory first came into play, maybe there's a possibility that this new faction does have a decent mix of old faces that Bray has history with, and maybe even new faces of NXT superstars that will serve as these new followers for Bray Wyatt. The Bray Wyatt character has always been a strong leader, manipulator, and strong speaker, so it does make sense that there could be some characters out there that want to follow him and obey his orders. So that's another situation to keep a close eye on. If Bray is getting his own faction, it'll be interesting to see if we do see some familiar faces from the original Wyatt family, or if it'll be all new members. Bray's story is going to be a lot of fun to discuss, so we'll be talking about him a lot throughout the week. Liv Morgan has been a really popular topic of discussion ever since Extreme Rules. Liv faded out from Ronda's submission with a big smile on her face, and that moment did a job. It had everyone wondering, what was that smile all about? Then in the backstage interview at Extreme Rules, Liv was all curled up, sitting in a dark corner, and refused to take part in the interview. She just stood there, staring at the interviewer. It does give you shades and vibes of 2020 Alexa Bliss, where it was looking like a transition was underway with Alexa, but there was a period there where Alexa had split personalities. She was still her normal self, but if someone mentioned The Fiend's name, she entered into this trance and turned into a whole other person. So similar idea here. Are we currently in Liv's transformation period, where she'll have these split personalities for a while? What really seemed to feed this narrative was a tweet from Liv herself. She quoted her own interview from Extreme Rules and said that everything that happened in that video was very, very weird. So that sort of implies that Liv has no recollection of that Extreme Rules interview. So was that the first sign that Liv isn't really all there right now and has multiple personalities going on? Fans also pointed out how Liv had tweeted out a picture of herself with dark hair a few months ago. Could that also come into play with this new character transition for Liv Morgan? Could we see Liv lose her iconic hair color and take on a new look for this new persona? That's definitely a possibility. The other theory is obviously a connection to Bray Wyatt. Maybe the reason why this seems so similar to what happened to Alexa Bliss is because it's the exact same thing happening again to Liv Morgan. Her head is being overran by Bray Wyatt, and he's slowly taking over her mind. That idea is also in play. So that's also a big theory. Bray Wyatt is on SmackDown. He's done the same sort of thing to Alexa Bliss before, and he's rumored to be leading a faction soon. So could Liv be one of those new members after all? Lots of great theories surrounding Liv Morgan, and it'll be great to see where it goes. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.